Indie games, of course, have always been around in one way or another, but the winds of the video game world have been changing recently, and a lot of these indie games without the Hollywood budget are hitting the big time, and no, it's not Link and the Wind Waker manipulating it. So, what is it that is making indie games so popular? Let's break it down. In this video, we're taking indie in a simple form, those studios who don't have a publisher's aid, so are thus independent. We won't overcomplicate it because then this video will be 20 minutes long and nobody wants that, seriously. What's the resounding difference between games such as Minecraft and Papers, Please to the big dogs out there, the AAA developed games? Well, it's the budget for one and the difference in creative freedom. That's not to say the AAA developers don't get creative, but the publishers get cold feet on taking a risk with their money, which leads to a certain wave of similarities running throughout the AAA gaming industry. Appealing to the masses is a strongly supported way of not taking a risk, but Square Enix president Yusuke Matsuda said recently that the success of Bravely Default has led him to rethink the way they make games altogether. He stated, "If you focus too much on the global aspect, you might lose sight of who you're actually making the game for." With the rise of Kickstarter, the campaign website for projects who seek precious funding and find it in friendly backers who support their cause, a lot more of these games are getting the chance to shine. Cast your mind to success stories like Kingdom Come Deliverance from indie Czech studio Warhouse, which got over $1 million after asking for just $300,000, or Mercenary Kings from Tribute Games. And because of this, the backers have a special connection to the game that they've pretty much made happen, or at least helped. Indie devs have the freedom to do as they wish, and before, the lack of budget held them back. This isn't to say everyone gets funding, the public need to want your game, and then that leads to the public buying it too. Take the success of Gone Home, which received great reviews following its launch and was, well, different. But it's not all about the money and freedom, it's also about the internet. Developers can self-publish, seek funding like I mentioned with Kickstarter, reach out for support and publish games online. The biggest factors in this are Steam, the software that puts games up on the digital market, creating a whole new level of purchase, and the tweeting, liking, upvoting world of social media. The public are their backers and the social media is their marketing strategy. But it's not all sunshine and butterflies in indie development. Fable and Goddess creator Peter Molyneux runs indie studio 22 Cans, but he reckons the indie golden age won't last. Speaking with CVG at the Games Developer Conference, Molyneux said, "Don't think we're going to be all indies for the next 5 years. These things go in cycles." He also went on to discuss venture capital firms seeking to invest in indie game studios, and that by accepting funding from these places could lead to hampered creativity, just like the AAAs. With big sellers like the Stanley Parable and Don't Starve, the mainstream must be taking notice. Lead SimCity devs at EA have jumped ship to form an indie studio. Part of the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt team have gone off to join indie studio 11-bit, and Inafune, who worked at Capcom for 23 years and was the man behind Mega Man, has set up on his own and made two companies, Concept and Intercept, who have already received $3.8 million on Kickstarter for Project Mighty No. 9. He said in an interview that at Capcom, makers didn't have rights for the games, but now, independent, we're able to make what we want, which makes us into a publisher. There are many reasons why indies are striving, such as the ability to be creatively free, independent from the restraints of a higher power with the public on their side, and they're cheaper, so they've got that going for them, which is nice. I guess only time will tell how strong their hold is. Leave your opinions in the comments below, and before you go, we've got a top 10 upcoming indie games of 2014 on the channel too, so click that video that has appeared on your screen right now and check it out.